So here you are, 17, 18 years old, and you had this run, which at one point you're realizing has ended
Right.
because you can't put music out. You're still contractually bound to this label, and everything's messed up. The album never came out. They never recouped, etc., etc. So then you get involved in the street shit.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I don't feel like I never like fully got involved. I mean, most of my friends was into the streets, so a lot of it was just guilty by association type
Okay.
situation. Like, I mean, if your friends is if you chilling out on 145th and 7th Avenue and with 4 or 5 of your friends and 3 of them are selling crack, you not making money or selling crack, but if you see a cop, you like, yo, watch yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
now you're involved.
yeah, you're involved, but not involved, but
Yeah.
involved enough. You know what I mean?
Well, you started carrying guns at one point.
Always had a fetish with guns.
Okay.
One of Chris's main men, his right hand man, had got me my first gun. I guess probably right around the time when I first signed.
So at 13, you had a gun.
I was young. I probably signed when I was 14. So I was probably about 15.
So you were 15 with a gun.
Definitely, yeah.
Were you ever pulling it out during that time?
No, never.
Were you carrying it around?
It would be in my car a lot.
In your car, but not on you.
Nah, never on my person.
Okay. And this was an illegal gun. This wasn't purchased from a store, registered,
It was
nothing.
purchased from my man.
Could have had a body on it.
From
Who
my
knows?
man's in them. He said it was new though. It looked new too.
Yeah. Okay.
Looked new. It was in the box.
Okay, so you're carrying around guns in your car, at the house, but you're not carrying it on you.
Right. I mean, occasionally, I guess it was so long ago, I guess, but like if I was somewhere and not driving and going somewhere far or in maybe going to see a girl in a neighborhood that I felt wasn't safe, I might have it on me going to a house or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really recall like that, but.
Well, do you remember the first time you actually had to pull it out?
First time I ever pulled out a gun was I was down at South Street Seaport.
What happened?
I think it was me and my man Luther Burrows, and we was out with these 2 young ladies. And I think we was on the pier. That's when the mall. It's ESPN now. It was shops and shit back then. I think we was shopping and shit. With the ladies, probably eating, getting ice cream, just chilling. But and it was just a group of kids that just was. I don't know if they was just looking for trouble or. I think they were probably more looking for trouble because they like seen us with the girls. But I think me and him had went to the bathroom, and when we came back, like 2 of them was like trying to talk to the ladies, and you could see that they were like not like you know what I mean. You could see from their body language they were saying like we're good, dude. And so I think we came and got them, and we was like, yo, let's get out of here. So as we're leaving, we go downstairs on the pier shit. And they're still upstairs on the mall part, so they're talking shit. And I believe the gun was in the car. And so they're talking shit. And I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. I, probably said some hot shit back. So they like, all right. So they start coming downstairs. So I'm like, yeah, Lou, get in the car. Get them in the car. So I think when we got to the car, I probably got it. And by the time, they like turned the corner where, we were how the cobbly streets are with the brick streets and shit. We was on one of them blocks and shit. And I just recall getting a gun and like them niggas coming around the corner and like they kept approaching. And as they got close, like just me firing at them. And it was like, look back like, yo, like we was some retarded, like we used to do a lot of retarded, senseless shit. Like the shit was over nothing. Anything could have happened. And my dad used to always tell me, if you gotta have a gun, keep it at home. He used to always say, the time it takes you to get home will maybe be the time you need to think about what you're doing and make a better decision.
Okay, so you went and just shot at these dudes because they were approaching you in an aggressive manner.
Because I was retarded. I was like, that's the only way to
Yeah.
describe it, Vlad. Like, yo, black kids, some of us we got issues. We have anger issues. We got pride issues. We got patience issues. And if it's not addressed, we take it out on each other. I don't understand why. I don't know why. Like, we take it out on each other all the time. Like, it's sickening and sad.
Well, I mean, in this situation, you pulled out a gun, you shot. Were you trying to hit him, or were you just shooting there?
I mean, I was a kid. I don't know. I mean, I was pointing at them, but
Okay, so
I mean, it was a group,
you-
but I don't know that I was like I wasn't. You know
Okay,
what I
but
mean?
you were shooting in their direction,
Yeah, I definitely was
and
shooting.
they ran.
Yeah,
obviously.
of course, yeah.
So how did you feel after doing that for the first time ever?
I know I was nervous. Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
But afterwards,
um,
did you feel like a sense of power? Like, yeah, like next time this happens, I know, I like this feeling, or is
I
it
was
like,
bugged. Like, I used to smoke a lot of weed. Like, I remember us being on the FDR going uptown, and my man Lou like, yo, you bugging, and I just was laughing like, yo, you're bugged too. Like, I was just bugged. Like, I used to smoke a lot of weed, and just like my remedy to everything was roll up. Like,
okay,
I was stupid. You know how we be, how we get in the club. Like,
okay. So that situation happens, and do more shootings happen over time?
I want to say no. Like, nah, I don't think so.
No. Okay, but you're still carrying a gun everywhere.
Till I caught my first gun case.
Does it? Well, at one point, does it escalate from keeping the car to actually keeping it tucked in, or?
I
No,
remember when I
always in the
first
car?
caught my gun case, it was in the car. I think
Okay.
it was in the glove compartment or under the seat.
So because you're carrying this gun around everywhere, you get pulled over one day. Cops check the car. They find this gun,
Lock me up.
lock you up, and you just get probation the first time.
Yeah, Bob Cleaner, Big Chris Lighty, baby Chris got me a lawyer, Robert Cleaner. He does like all the hip hop heads. He got me probation.
Okay, because you were facing what, a couple of years maybe?
At that time, the gun laws weren't like that. I mean, I was probably
Yeah.
facing, maybe a year, but
Okay, you get off with probation.
probation was standard for, your first arrest, back then. That wasn't like they gave me a crazy break,
Okay, but as you're on probation, you're still carrying around a gun.
Not at first.
Well, you still had a gun.
Not actually. It's not that gun. They took that gun. I think for a while, I probably chilled. Then eventually, you get comfortable and forget what it was like that night in jail, and that's why sometimes you might need to spend a little time in jail that first time, so you really get a dose. You know what I mean?
So you start carrying a gun again.
Again.
Then you get caught.
Again.
Or-
However, when I get caught again, I'm trying to think what happened. When I get caught again, I'm like almost done with the probation. Like, I'm getting ready to get like off a little early because I was out of trouble. And I just happen to have a cool ass probation officer who, when I caught the case, I called her and she did some paperwork and like probably backdated it or something to make it seem like I was off. And that made me eligible to get probation again. But the second time, I think I got probation, a five, I think it was a 6-5 split. It's like 3 months house arrest, 3 months weekends on Rikers Island, and 5 years probation. So I was eligible to get probation again through the extracurricular activities of my probation officer.
Okay, so you're spending weekends in Rikers?
Right. I had to do weekends at Rikers, and
That's
it was like I would go Saturday morning. Like, some people had to go Friday night till Sundays, but it's all however the judge mandated it. But my judge mandated, like, I had to be there like 8 in the morning on Saturday morning, and I would get released Sunday afternoon.
Okay, which isn't as bad as real jail time, but it's still not great.
That shit is retarded. Rikers Island isn't real jail time. That's jail. That's not prison.
Yeah,
it's real
exactly.
jail, but it's not prison.
Okay. But you're actually getting a bigger dose this time. Now you actually have to go to Rikers and everything.
Yeah,
else
but
like
it
that.
was stupid. It's like, that shit was like with the Saturday shit, by the time you get processed in, like on Saturdays, it's like dinner time. So the time you eat and lay, get your bed and shit, next thing you know, it's morning. And
Yeah, you're out.
they packing you up to leave. That shit was retarded.
Okay.